Okay, I thought I'd get on here and just come a little bit early to test the window and get everything set up, even though we're not scheduled to start actually at 11. If you want to put in the chat line where you're taking class from, I'm teaching from Texas. I'll put that in there. Welcome. Thank you all for joining me today. And today you'll need a small object that you can use because today it is Chair Tai Chi Ball, Qigong. Now I have these little squishy balls that I like to use. If they're filled up with a lot of air, though, they're hard to handle, especially when we do some of the postures where we have the arm extended and we're squeezing the ball. And that specifically is, which one is that one? Oh, I don't know. Eagle claw, I think it's called. But you may not have a ball. My kid lent me this, the little stuffed toy, her little pizza thing. So yeah, if you wanted to use this stuffed toy, that would work too. If you don't have any of that stuff, that works too. You can just have your hands in a circular formation, and that will also work with this class. You don't have to have a ball or a stuffed toy or a small pillow to do the Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong class, but it would be helpful. Yeah. All right. Ooh, gosh. All right. So I'm looking in the chat line. Again, we're going to get started here in about 6 minutes. I just wanted to make sure because I had my camera set up before. I wasn't for sure when you do YouTube Live if that changes the parameters any. Let me know, thumbs up or in the chat line that you're able to hear me okay, please. I get a sip of water. Okay, well, I see that there's some people here waiting for the class. I just wanted to read to you a little bit about Tai Chi Ball Qigong while we wait here. I don't know if I have any history about it. Do I have any history about it? Well, originally the gentleman, Dr. Yang, who is out of the YMAA, is kind of promoting this type of modality of Tai Chi. And when he was a youth in Taiwan, out there in the different plazas, people would be practicing Tai Chi and stuff. And he found one of the masters of Tai Chi Ball, Qigong, and was able to practice with him. And he's come up with several sequences, forms with the Tai Chi Ball, Qigong. It's usually done standing, but I teach a senior population and online. So when we use the ball, we're usually doing this seated. And so many of the movements and ball techniques that were done can be done seated. And so I really like that part of this. So that's where I started my journey with Tai Chi, is with a Chair Tai Chi class. All right. We got about 4 minutes left to go here before we get started. I sent out a little email to folks about this class. So what's going to happen also is there'll be a recording later on that you can do. I'll probably edit out this first section and just have just the class portion. But this is part of, signing on early for the live, And again, you'll need a little ball. I like these little squishy ones. Mine happens to be a Pilates coach ball, which has a tendency to have a little bit more squishiness because of the way that they use the balls in the Pilates mat sequences. But again, if you want to grab your pizza, you can grab your little stuffed toy and use that instead. Now, I already have my chair set up in the back of the room, and I have my ball kind of tucked under my chair for when we get started here in just a bit. Let me put in a chat line. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for celebrating with me today. About 8 months ago, I got 1,000 subscribers, and it's just kind of chunking along. So apparently, this content is resonating with some folks out there. So I appreciate that. Let's see if I can. And I'm trying to type. think I type forward as fast as I do backwards because I'm making mistakes and I have to go back and correct it, which is not easy to do, by the way, on a typewriter. So I'm into the old-timey manual typewriters. If you didn't know that about me. And if you're just here the first time, hey, welcome. My name is Gail. Today is Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong. And I hope you'll enjoy this class. We're at the end. After we finished our Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong, we'll stand up, get a sip of water, do a little warm up, and we'll run through the Beginners Tai Chi Yang 12. So it's the first 12 postures out of the 108 long form. We do some on the right, we do 12 on the right, 12 on the left, and then we, end our sequence. So it's just a nice little thing to tip your toe into standing Tai Chi. You're curious about it, but don't really want to commit to like learning the 24 or the first section of the long form. And yes, I'm a beginner teacher, so there you go. Teaching yoga, though, over 25 years. Tai Chi, it's been about 3 years now. So I hope you enjoy this. So we're doing the countdown now. Woo, we're getting close to 11 a.m. Texas time. I wish they would recategorize it. Instead of saying Chicago time, they would say Texas time. But that's my opinion, right? Okay. Thank you all for coming in. Today is Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong, or if you need to grab a stuffed toy, mine's a little pizza square or triangle actually, or a little small pillow, or you can do an air ball. All right. North Central Kansas, one Army, one Air Force. Thank you, Joseph, for sharing that. Yay! Got some of my Veterans Yoga Project folks here taking the class, so I appreciate it. Thank you all for being subscribers, for liking the content, making suggestions of what we're doing next. This is in celebration of hitting 2,000 subscribers. I didn't think it would be this quick, so I was like caught off guard when it went 2,000 yesterday, and I was like, whoa, okay. I said I was going to do a live class, so here it is. So let's get started. Let me get a little sip of water. You get a sip of water too. I won't necessarily be able to read the comments way back from the back of the room, and I'm looking here. Yay. Okay, I did read that one. So thank you. So I'm going to move this chair out of the way, as I always do in our online classes for Veterans Yoga Project. Yes, I'm shamelessly going to put that plug in. And why am I bringing the ball to the back of the room? That's because I had one for showing you up at the front, and I have one already back here in the back of the room. So let's come back to your chair. Now, just know that some of these things you can do standing, but I won't be cueing the standing part. I'll be cueing the Chair Tai Chi. And yes, the other entertainment in the room is I do have a squeaky chair. So as we start our class today, we're going to do that right fist. That's the sun. Now, you got to figure out which one's your right fist, okay? That's the sun. And the flat left palm, that's the moon. And we bow down to one another to start our Chair Tai Chi class today. Welcome. My name is Gail. Thank you for coming today. 2,000 subscribers, so this is the class to celebrate that. Let's start with our Atlas point rotation. So we're going to take our nose and draw a circle with our nose. See if you can hear some crinkly stuff going on. So here we go. So I'm going to bring it up and start that rotation. I like to start the class with this one. One of the reasons is it's one of my brother's favorite Chair Tai Chi class or postures. He uses this to kind of soften the muscle in his neck, his shoulders, because he has a very, very stiff upper back, stiff neck. And it's great for being able to look over that shoulder, looking for that blind spot when you're driving in the car. So this is a very functional move to keep in your toolbox for kind of easing aches and pains in the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Now we're going to completely stop and pause, and we're going to go the other direction. Now, if this makes you feel dizzy, you can always have your eyes looking forward as we're doing the Atlas point rotation. It gives your eyes a little extra exercise. Ooh, I'm hearing crinkly stuff here on that right side. And again, keep everything between the easy and ouch. Work with what you got. If it doesn't feel nice in the body, don't do it. And again, some of these things can be done standing if you don't want to be seated all the time. Just know that. Oh, there we go. Kind of got into really crinkly stuff there. One more time, all the way around. And then bring it back to the center. So we have what's called a collection center, the dantian, that's about 2 finger widths below your belly button. So if you find your belly button, take your 2 finger widths below that, and it's the knuckle next to the top of the hand. Hop it down, and that's the center of your dantian. And in the Korean practice that I do, it's called the danjan. I do Sukmun Hohi Hip movement and breathing practices, and it's very similar to Tai Chi, but not similar. So I'm gonna place my center of my palm there at that place, 2 finger widths or 2 inches below your belly button, and the hand above that. So in lower belly breathing, it helps us to get rid of that waste that accumulates in our brain because it pushes that cerebral spinal fluid flow. It's a kind of an odd breath. It's when you were a baby, you used to expand your belly out as you breathed in and let it fall, contract towards your spine as you exhale. We're used to doing chest breathing, but I invite you to try to notice doing belly breathing. Your chest will move also. So here we go. Breathe in, belly out. And my chest rises also. And then exhale, really contract that belly button towards your spine. And then again, breathe in through the nose, belly out. And exhale. One more time. Breathe in, relax those shoulders, belly out, and exhale. Beautiful. What I like to do next is called swimming dragon. We're going to place our palms gently together. You can hook the thumbs if you like, whatever you want to do here, but we'll coordinate the movement with the breath with the movement. That helps to lessen our stress or cortisol. So there's like a scientific reason for doing both Tai Chi and yoga. It's connected to the breath. So here we go. We're going to breathe in, belly big. Now from here, push the hands one direction, turn your head gently the other direction as you exhale. Staying here, let's breathe in. And exhale, return it back to the center. Staying here, breathe in, belly big. And then exhale, push the hands one direction, turn the head the other. Ooh, kind of spicy on this side. And again, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. We're going to do what's called a finishing breath. We inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Here's where it's different than yoga. We bring the hands down the heart center as if we're pulling the energy from the universe down, back down to our collection center, our dantian. Let's do that finishing breath again. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it on down. From here, let's do a little loosening of the wrists by spinning the wrists. Now for me, I notice my left wrist arm is a little bit more stiff than my right. Of course, I'm right-handed, so that may be why I notice that. Of course, I do a lot of things with the mouse and, of course, writing and all that kind of stuff with my right hand. And then we're going to pause and reverse that. Now, I like the reverse on this one because it brings more air here across my neck and my chest. Sometimes I get a little warm. Spinning those hands is great for loosening those wrists, good for carpal tunnel. Love it. We're going to do a little something for bringing more blood flow to the brain. It's called spread the feathers. So the next one, ooh, you may notice some sensations going on. Maybe so. We're going to take the hands, spread them out, and bring the hand out to the side. Now, I invite you to kind of lower it a little bit. Now, take that thumb and turn it to the back of the room. You're going to activate more of that upper arm, shoulder musculature when you do that. Now, the opposite shoulder, ear, take the ear towards the shoulder. Ooh, you may be feeling that on the extended arm side. Now, we're going to do a little bit of movement with spread the feathers. We're going to take our chin and point it to where the wall meets the ceiling. We're going to draw a half circle or a smile with our chin. So bring that chin gently towards your chest and then towards that extended arm side and then back to the center. So again, you may have noticed a contraction energy going on in that upper arm. Other side, spread those feathers, bring the arm out to the side, lower it a little bit, And then turn the thumb to the back of the room. That helps activate different meridians in our body. Then you take the opposite ear, drop it towards the shoulder. Hand could be on the leg or off. It, it might feel different with the hand on the leg as opposed to off onto the side. It might be a little bit deeper into the lengthening contraction feeling that you might be having. Yeah, my words get mixed up too. I just say words like, oh, that's kind of strange. Now we're going to take our chin, turn it to where the wall meets the ceiling to start that half circle, that smile with your chin, and then bring it down towards your chest, and then towards that extended arm side all the way up and back to the center and release that. Let's clap the hands. Oh, let's do it again. Get some heat in here. And then move it into the fingers. Very good. From here, we're going to do wild goose flutter, similar to our Qigong wiggling, but it's not. So we're going to wriggle our arms up here at an angle here. It brings energy into our wrists, our arms, into those hands, those fingers. Now maybe turn it to the side a little bit, twist a little bit, and the other. Shaking gong is what I was trying to think of. Now bring it back to the center. We're up here at the angle, and I try to do it here out to the side. Now I have my palms down on this one, and then turn the palms up. Again, that's good for that carpal tunnel, yeah? And while we're here, let's bring it down to the side and just shake. We're turning this into shaking gong now. And I'm lifting my heels as I do this too. This one's really nice to do standing up. So if you're the one that likes to stand up and Chair Tai Chi, this is your chance. And bring it up. Shake, shake, shake. Again, over to the side, over to the other side. Ooh, I'm starting to feel that left side opening up a little bit. I was pretty stiff this morning. I was thinking, ooh, I bet you Chair Tai Chi is going to make me a little bit loose here. All right, and bring it back to the center, and let's cup the hands and swing the arms. Well, like this one. Again, kind of loosen up those muscles around the shoulder joints. Let's tap the top of the back or top of the shoulders. A little grease for the elbows here, a little extra bend in the elbows. Two more, 2 and 1. And just kind of let it be a little bit more still. Again, you may be noticing the energy, the sensations going on here. I'm going to scoot over to one side of my chair and let my arm dangle. Now I can place my hand either on my leg or on my shoulder, but we're going to do arm stirs. This is for us to notice our range of motion in that shoulder complex. So I have a pacemaker, and I had to have my arm in a sling for over a week and a half to make sure the wires, got healed into my heart. And so this is one of the physical therapy things they had me do to get my range of motion back in my shoulder, and then pause and reverse. So when I started Chair Tai Chi, I was going, oh, that was one of the ones we did in physical therapy. I was like very tickled. Everything just kind of overlaps, right? And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Woo! Let's shift over to the other side. My chair's kind of big, so I have to shift. And start the other arm stir. So here we go. Now you can, place the hand on the shoulder. You'll feel that shoulder kind of doing some little, little snap, crackle, pops, or just, rest it here gently on the leg. And you go a little bit slower if you're feeling spicy in the body today. And then let's pause and reverse. You're thinking, okay, when are we going to use the ball? Soon. Of course, you can do a lot of these things without the ball too. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Very good. Sit up tall, come back to the center of your chair. Come away from the back of the chair too. That helps you engage your tall posture muscles while you're here. Let's do a little bit of strengthening here of the leg, or stretching, strengthening. We're going to bring a leg out to the side and rest on the back of the heel and toes towards you. So your calf may be talking to you because maybe it feels a little tight in this one. If there's spice in the back of the knee, you can always bend the knee, but again, you're still toes towards you, heel pushed away. So these point and flexes of the foot help to prevent foot cramps and improve ankle flexibility. In addition to, it's considered to be your second heart, your calf, improves blood flow to the heart. Let's point it away. Feel that stretch maybe on the top of the foot. I don't feel it so much in the calf and the shin, but at the top of the foot, yes, I do. And then let's start that little movement where we kind of pump that and have it go away and towards you. Now I'm on carpet, so it's not moving as freely as it would if I was on tile or some other kind of smooth surface, but still get the job done. Doesn't feel as tight. All right, and then bring it in. Use your hand if you need to. Other side. So fling, get that leg out there, wiggle it, and then, I can go a little bit further. Okay, and then toes towards you. Woo! This one feels tight. So when we also do the calf pump, it's also considered to be a blood glucose lowering technique. It was like University of Houston. It's been about 2 years now. They did a study about measuring the calf pump ability to lower blood glucose. If you can't get up and do that little walk after a big meal, you're chatting at the table, right? Well, you can do kind of without anybody knowing those heel lifts to pump those calves. And then let's do that. Push it away. Get that stretch going on the top of the foot. And again, ankle flexibility. Stiff ankles, you might have kind of a challenged walking gait, right? So Chair Tai Chi helps you with that, all right? Let's get that pump going. This class is probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of depends. And we're also going to add on to the end, if you want to stay, we'll go through the run-through of the Beginners Tai Chi Yang style, short form 12. That's a long name for what we're doing. But if you've never done that, don't worry. You can just watch or, pick up what you can, yeah? And bring it in. Very good. Let's kind of stomp those feet and then come up on the balls of those feet. Wiggle, shake those legs, get some energy back into those legs. Again, stomp, stomp, stomp. And shake those legs. Next, we're going to do a little bit of Qigong detoxing. We're doing that in the form of the Big Six. So we work from the top of the head all the way down to the feet in this kind of a methodical way. So for Big Six, which was a term coined by Dr. Perry Nicholson, is a method for moving lymphatic fluids in your body. So I'm going to spread out my hands again like a little starfish and bring it above and below my collarbone and stroke across. And just, you might notice like more sinus drainage, maybe a little headache if you have lots of inflammation in your body, if you're releasing some of this. So just notice that might be a normal thing. And maybe tap, tap, tap. Now it's not whapping, it's tapping. Let's do the other side. Stroke across. It's above and below the collarbone. So we have a heart that pumps the blood through the body, but the only way we can pump the lymphatic fluids through the body is through movement. And this is a targeted method of moving the lymphatic fluids. And tap, tap, tap. Move the hair out of the way if you need to. All right, area number 2 is on the side of the neck, down the ear. So again, I spread out my fingers and I bring it in front of my ear and back of my ear. And what I'd like to do is bring it down the side of the neck and then down the jawline. Some people like to do this both at the same time, but since we're kind of messing with a cartoid here, I don't want to do that both at the same time. I do them one at a time. And I also get back here at the back of the head because we have a lot of lymph node nests there at that roundy part of the back of the head. All right, area number 2. Let's do the other one. So spread them out. Here we go. Plus, we're doing a little face yoga here, by the way, when we're doing this. So that's always a bonus too, okay? Little sneaky face yoga. Yeah, I like to call my class Chair Tai Chi with a splash, just a splash of yoga. It's this will be my, later on this year, I'll have taught 26 years teaching yoga. So, woo! Tai Chi, I think this is year 3 now. All right, area number 3. So you kind of have a little right angle going on with your hand here. And then you can press it into your armpit with that thumb into your pectoral. You squeeze that pectoral You can just press into the pit, or you can rub scrub here. You can kind of, tap, tap, tap. So men and women that get breast cancer, they're going to check these areas to see, did the cancer move to these lymph node nests? Let's clear the lymph node nest, shall we? We shall. And let's do the other side. So here we go. Again, you can just gently push into that area. You can make sure that thumb is also kind of squeezing this front shoulder area, or, tap, 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 rub, scrub, scrub. Check if you need any deodorant. You can be sneaky about that. I know I'm not funny, but I pull out all my old jokes, okay? All right, so next we're going to find the bottom of the rib. Sometimes that diaphragm is really kind of up there and stuck. Feel kind of compromised breathing. For me, I like to go here right underneath that little curve of the ribs and push in and pull across a little bit. So the stomach area, is considered to be the second brain of the body, according to traditional Chinese medicine. And then I'm going to bring my feet out. Tap, tap, tap. So this is part of our Qigong detoxing. It does take a little bit of time. It's very beneficial. You can also wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Now I bring my feet out at angles where the leg enters into the torso. We have this little crease here, the guano crease. It's also known as the qua in Tai Chi. I'm going to take the sides of my hands and chop the groin, chop the qua. Let's see, ovarian, uterine, prostate cancer. Guess what? Yes, they're checking these areas. Did that cancer move to those areas? Chop that qua. You can find out more about this technique looking under Stop Chasing Pain with Dr. Perry. Also look for Big Six, okay? Last area, bring the feet in, is the back of the knees. We have a lot of lymph node nests in the back of the knees. So again, I kind of do that little right angle once again, and I can kind of go back here and just do move my feet forward, chop a little bit, or just kind of use those fingers to kind of stroke the bottom of the hamstring, the top of the calf, and the back of the bend of the knee. Now I've got my thumbs on the side of my knee, which is also rubbing, and that helps lessen knee pain. So there you go. Woo. You get swelling, edema in the feet, work areas 1 through 6. Get the back of the knee first and do what you do for those swelling and edema of the feet. Sometimes I'll do legs on the wall or legs on the chair for that. Bring it in, and then let's do the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then bring down that energy from the universe back down to the Dante end. Now let's grab the ball. Now, you don't have to have a ball or a stuffed toy. You can just use your hand, but we're going to do eagle claw next, which is to help us with our mobility. And so let's inhale, fist to chest or ball to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Now, if you only have your hand, you're going to open up your hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to your chest. Exhale out to the side. So for those of you without a ball or a stuffed toy, you're going to open and close that fist 5 times. Those of us with a ball, we're going to squeeze it 5 times. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. Switch sides. Inhale, fist or ball to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Notice if this feels easier, this side versus the other. Bring it back on down, and then push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side, squeeze 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. Let's do it one more time each side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, push it forward. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. Last time, other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to your chest. Feel that squeeze of the armpit here. Exhale out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. So next is Kuan Yin paints the rainbow. So we're going to do a range of motion with our shoulder joints. So we're going to bring the ball down here by our body or our palm, and then turn the palm out, the ball outward. So it's pinky towards me, thumb to the back of the room. And we'll coordinate our movements with the breath. So let's inhale, arm up. Exhale, back behind you. It might be wide, just know that. Inhale, gather, flip it, switch the hand, bring the ball down, turn the palm away. Other side, inhaling, arm up. Exhale, back behind you. So range of motion, isolation of that shoulder. Inhale, gather it, flip it, switch it. Exhale, bring it down. Turn that palm away. Other side. Here we go. Inhaling, up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, flip it, switch it. Last time, bring it down. Now turn the ball away. Get ready. Inhaling, up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, flip it, switch it. And let's do the finishing breath. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Now you can visualize bringing the energy from the universe back on down to that cauldron, back down to that container, the Dantian. So there you go, your energy center. From here, we'll do something that's called lighthouse. So we'll have our hands either cupped down or hanging onto the ball. And we're sitting up tall, away from the back of the chair, feet a little wide. And we'll inhale, turn, and then exhale, reach out. Inhaling, bring it in. And exhaling. Again. Spinal cord breathing will be next. But I like this one because it does a little bit of core activation. I keep my elbows bent as I extend the arm out. And I keep breathing. If you get mixed up on the breath, guess what? Just keep breathing. And then bring it back to the center. Don't be surprised. If you just had breakfast a little while ago and you're doing this, you're feeling, ooh, air bubbles percolating. That happens. We're going to do the other side. So here we go. Turn and reach it out. Inhaling back. Exhale, extend out. Inhaling. And exhaling. And one more. Now what I'm going to do with my ball, my stuffed toy, I'm just going to place it in between my legs softly here. And we'll do what's called spinal cord breathing. It's a variation of cat-cow seated like we do in chair yoga. But we're going to inhale, elbows up, chest forward. And then exhale, curve the spine to the back of the chair. You need to be away from the back of the chair to do this. It's a little pelvic tilt happening here. So come out of that softly, slowly, inhaling up, up, up. Getting into those lungs. Exhale. Especially in this pollen season, right? And again, inhaling up, up, up. Exhaling lower. Now we're going to turn to the side, kind of get into the ribs at an angle. Inhaling up, 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 up. Exhale, bring it back to the center, that little cat back, extension and flexion of the spine. Inhale, other side. Woo! And exhale. Now we're going to return it back to the center. Last time, elbows way up, chest forward. Excellent. And curve that spine. Grab the ball. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down that energy. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move more into the chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong. That is so hard for me to say. And one of the ones that we do is called the vertical and horizontal circulation, the yang and the yin. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit wider apart. And I have my ball or my air ball or stuffed toy. We'll be doing the yin energy first. We bring it down, out, and towards us. So this is the nourishing path. Now I try to keep a little soft bend to my elbows when I do this. And again, I'm away from the back of the chair. So we're going to do some internal organ massaging here in just a bit. So we're going to turn from the quad over to one side and keep extending out. So we're massaging, let me think here, the spleen, the pancreas, the liver, the kidneys. Bring it back to the center. Sometimes I hit the ball on my leg and the ball goes across the room. It happens. Other side. Okay, here we go. We're going to bring it out. Ooh. So again, I was telling you earlier that my left side felt pretty stiff. Well, now it's starting to feel a little bit more open with these nice, slow, controlled movements. And I'm breathing nice and slow. So I love it. Bring it back to the center. So now from here, we're going to bring it at the chest. And instead of bringing it out and towards us, we're going to push it away. So push it away, down and up. So this is the yang energy, the fire energy. We tend to live in our bodies more yang energy than we do yin. And we're always trying to tamp it down with the yin energy. All right, so here we go. We're going to turn. Here we go. And see if it feels different than when you were bringing the ball towards you in a way, as opposed to the ball away and towards you. The yin versus the yang, okay? So I'm able to twist a little bit more without, going past my range of motion. It's increased a little bit. And bring it back to the center. I'm starting to warm up my body too. I can feel the heat rising. And let's take it over to the other side. Oh my. Okay, so for me, on this left side, I don't feel stiff anymore. So it doesn't take much here in a Chair Tai Chi class to start to feeling better, okay? 2 more. 2. And 1. Bring it back to the center. And then we make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Very good. So we did the horizontal circulation with the lighthouse movement, and then we did the vertical circulation. What's next is dragon spins the Tai Chi. So you have your hands on either side of the object, or again, just an air ball, and we turn side to side. Now, so some of us don't like to turn, so you can keep your body to the center, but if you like to turn, you turn again, getting into that side body. So let me think here. The diaphragm. Again, I mentioned the kidneys, the liver. Now we're kind of addressing the large intestine. We also are stimulating the ascending colon, the descending colon. So dragon spins the Tai Chi. Actually, this one's called Seek the Pearl. I'm sorry, I've misnamed this. This is Seek the Pearl. Dragon spins the Tai Chi is totally different. We're going to bring it back to the center. So for dragon spins the Tai Chi, I have my hand on top of the ball, bringing it across. That bottom hand is going to bring it towards me. So bring it out and towards. So this is dragon spins the Tai Chi. So again, my feet are a little wide, so have a better basis stance. And getting into super massaging those internal organs. Don't be surprised if you have a wonderful restroom experience later, because you're stimulating all that stuff. Dragon spins the Tai Chi. All right, now we're going to go over to the other side. So we got that muscle memory going on that side. Other hand on top brings across, hand below brings it towards you. So for me, this side feels a little awkward. I don't know why. It doesn't feel the same. And you may notice that too until you kind of get into the groove of it. Thank y'all for putting little comments in the chat line. I can't see them from here, but I'll look at them when I come up to the camera in just a bit. 2 more, 2 and 1. Now we usually combine dragon spins the Tai Chi with star spin around, or stars around the world. And what the stars around the world is you'll have it here to one side and you'll bring it up and spin it around. Shift it over to the other side, bring it up and spin it around. Again, do what you can with what you got. So just know that's coming up. Let's go back to dragon spins the Tai Chi, hand on top, bring it out and towards you, out and towards you. Now we're going to do that twice and then do the spin around the world. So here we go. Out and towards you, out and towards you, spin it around. Very good. Let's do it again. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Let's spin it around. Once again, out and towards you, out and towards you, spin it around. Good. Let's do the other side. Let's practice first. So out It's going across, hand below, brings it towards you. Here we go. Out and towards you, out and towards you. A couple of times. Okay, we got it down. Let's do this now. Let's do 2 out and spin. 2, 1, spin it around. Use a little sneaky core there. Let's do it again. Out, once again, and spin it around. Woo! Again, out and towards you, out and towards you. Let's spin it around. Let's do one more set, maybe. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Switch sides. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Switching. Out and towards you, out and towards you. Spin it around. Now, let's spin it around again. Spin. Once again, spin. One more time. Spin. Actually, one more time. And inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Excellent. Next is swallow flies to the nest. So let's bring a hand out to the side or ball out to the side, and then inhale, bring it across. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, up and over. Here's your yoga pose, side lateral flexion. And then exhale, out in front. Now switch sides, switch the ball, switch the hand. Inhale, bring it across. Exhaling out to the side. Inhaling up and over. And exhaling. Now we're going to add the little poem to it now. So swallow flies east, breathe in. Swallow flies west, exhaling. Swallow flies up and over, inhaling. And exhale, boom, lands in its nest. Switching sides. Swallow flies east, doesn't know directions. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over and lands in its nest. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Exhaling. Inhaling up and over. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale. Last time. Inhaling, bring it across. Exhale. Inhale up and over. Get that stretch. And exhale. Come back to the center. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very good. Let's stomp those feet. Wiggle those legs. Let's walk feet forward and back. Woo! Just a little brain work here, little brain gym. And then switch the feet or keep it the same. Very good. From here, bring the feet back to the chair. Now, you can keep the ball. We're going to do jitterbug. We're going to bring the ankle bones together, knees a little bit apart, tall posture, away from the back of the chair. We're going to heel toe over to the side. You have the option of twisting the upper body or keeping your upper body still. So again, this is good for your ankle mobility, your walking ability. So who knew you could be seated in the chair and have some effect on your ability to walk better? Well, you gotta work those ankles. Ankle mobility and brain work. The brain work's coming up. Oh no. Come back to the center. Heels out, toes in, kind of like a little pigeon toe here. And then we're going to independently walk those feet out. So here we go. Ooh, notice, is one more strong than the other? Maybe. Ooh. One more, all the way out and all the way in. Again, stomp those feet. Shake the legs. All right, I'm going to put my ball down, but we'll use it here in just a little bit. We're going to go to the back of the chair. So scoot your booty back. We're going to do some knee strengtheners and some brain work, some sneaky brain work here. So I invite you to show me the bottom of your foot, so toes towards you. I've got the black shoes and the green pants. Can't really tell, but there you go. And then lower hover, and then point the toes. And release. Again, if you need to make some adjustments, make some adjustments here. Let's do the other side. So flex your foot, heel pushed away, toes towards you. Woo! Feeling it a little bit in that leg. Lower hover, knee strengtheners again. Point the toe and release. Now we're going to add a little brain business to this. So we're going to flex the heel, take the opposite hand, flex the wrist. So it's the upper body, lower body, left and right. So we're creating new neural pathways here with this work that we do in Chair Tai Chi. And lower, hover, and point the toe, point the fingers. Now zip up the abdominals and do a weird basketball dribble. So we're activating the core muscles here. And release. Other side, flex the heel toes towards the sky, flex that wrist. Very good. Lower hover, point the toe, point the fingers. Again, weird basketball dribble. Woo! And release. One more set, just one more. Flex that foot, both hands. Okay, you see where this is going, I bet. Yeah, there's a pattern. And lower hover, and then point the toe, point the fingers, alternate. Weird basketball dribbles. Now, if you want to do the weird one, both at the same time. Yeah. And release. Other side, flex the foot, flex the wrists. Woo! And then lower hover. Last one, I promise. Point the toe, point the fingers, get that basketball dribble, that weird basketball dribble going on here. And then maybe both at the same time. And release. Come forward on your chair. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. And then clap the hands right here. Get some heat going on here. Let's place the heat on our hips, on our backside, down the side of the legs, the inside of the legs. Get the knees, move the feet forward a little bit. Let's get the shins and the calves. Come back on up, back of the knees again, underneath the leg, underneath the other leg, back to the knees. Very good. Clap the hands once again. I love that one because we get lots of circulation going on in those palms, in those fingers. We got a bunch of meridians going through all the fingers in the palms. So just kind of know that. Grab your ball once again. So this was voted. There was a top 2 voted on people's favorite Chair Tai Chi postures. We did one of them earlier, which is swallow flies to the nest. The next one is teacup. So I like to do this with the ball because it adds a little visualization to it. But typically you'd have a little cup of tea in your palm. Maybe not a beginner though. So I'm going to do a palm up here with the ball. I'm going to bring I'm away from the back of the chair. I'm here kind of at the edge. All right. So I'm going to bring the ball to the armpit and I'm going to hinge forward a little bit. I'm going to turn my elbow out to the side and then hide the ball, hide the hand. So you're going to feel that little squeeze of your armpit here. Now, here's where it gets kind of sneaky. You're going to take the hand out to the side. It's palm up and I'll lean out the opposite way. And I'm looking, is it palm up? Okay, it's palm up. They're going to draw a low circle and an upper circle, like in the shape of a tornado. There's a little bit of core work going on here. So here we go. Keep the palm up. That's the objective. Ooh. And bring it back. Did you spill your tea? I probably did. Let's do that again. Ball to the armpit, hand to the armpit. Turn the elbow out. Hide the ball. Very good. Lean out, bring that palm up. Okay, is it palm up? Now maybe you have your eyeballs watching this. Okay, so here we go. Start your circle. You're leaning back. That's kind of boat pose in yoga and bring it back. Some folks grunt on this because they're like surprised about, ooh, I'm using my core in this. Yeah, let's do it again. So ball to the armpit, elbow out, hide the ball. Very good. Lean out, palm up, and zip up those abdominals. Here we go. See if you can keep the palm up. Mine kind of tipped on that one. And bring it back on and around. Now, some folks like to be fancy. They'll like be dramatic when they bring it in. You can do that too, okay? Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Ball to the armpit, elbow out, hide the ball. I'm leaning forward so that I'm not hitting the chair with the ball. And then here we go, out to the side. Okay, here we go. Woo! And bring it in. Very nice. Shake that arm out, wiggle that arm. We got to do the other side. Yeah, we got it down pat on this side. We got to challenge the other side. So here we go. Other side, ball to the armpit, elbow out, hide the ball. Lean out, and then bring the ball out. Is it palm up? Okay, and start it. It might feel totally different when you do it on the other side because you're initiating the movement from a different direction. Let's try that again. Ball to the armpit, elbow out, hide the ball, bring the palm out. Here we go, belly button tight, and start drawing that circle. Now, one of the things I notice that I like to do is I have my hand on the legs. So that's kind of like keeping me from, it's making me more stable when I do this. So you might want to hang on to your leg too, okay? Try it again. Here we go. Ball to the armpit, elbow out, hang on. Hide the ball, my favorite part of this one, and then bring it out to the side. Here we go. Zip up those abdominals, lean back, swirl, twirl that ball, and bring it back on in. Did you spill your tea? One more time, of course. Ball to the armpit, elbow out, hide the ball. Lean out. Here we go. Palm up and spin it. Woo! And bring it back. Beautiful. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. We can do one more with the ball. Y'all are not going to like it, but we're going to do it anyway. We're drawing a number 8 underneath the legs. Maybe it's not as wide. Maybe you're doing this without the legs. That works too. Again, brain work. We do a lot of brain work in Tai Chi. A lot of breathing. We're going to pause and make it go the other way. That's usually where my brain goes, what? What are you doing? 2 more. 2 and 1. Woo! Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. All right, bring that ball back on down. From here, let's go ahead and do parry. We're going to draw a circle in and the other. So I'm shifting my weight from one bun to the other, continuing to massage those internal organs. You probably know this as wax on, wax off. I like this one because it is a core, it is a brain, it is getting into the lungs. So there's lots of benefits with this particular movement sequence in our Chair Tai Chi. And then we're going to pause and then wipe it out. I tend to wipe out further than I wiped in. I don't know why that is. Thank you all for your comments. I can't see them. They're 7 feet across the room. But I promise I'll look at them, okay? Now, let's bring it to as if you were wiping the windows. Please, come wipe my windows. That joke never gets old. Or maybe it does get old, but I keep saying it. And then let's pause and wipe it in. Here's the wax on, wax off. Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit more if you want to. You make fists and you bring the elbows a little bit more across. Really getting into those lungs, latissimus dorsi, those upper back muscles, the mid muscles in the back. Do less if you need to. Do what you can with what you got today. And let's transfer this to back on top, wiping it in, wiping it in. Slower, slower, slower. You might be noticing a sensation here in the hands, yeah? So from here, let's bring the hands out to the side. And then we're going to bring the fingers into the thumbs. So we're going to do young man praise. We're going to inhale, hands up as if we're doing the strike. Exhale, push the wrists away. Inhale, turn the palms in, bring them in. So the fingers are like touching each other. And then you kind of make a little circle here, sides of the pinkies, palms together, bring it towards you, palms up, towards your chest, towards the sky, bring it back on out and down. Let's do that again with a little bit more fastness to it. So we're going to inhale up. Very good. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, bring those fingers towards one another, and then make that little circle, sides of the pinkies, palms together, bring it towards you, fingers up, fingers towards your chest. It may be apart, just know that, okay? Fingers up, bring it out towards me, out and down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. Very good. Exhale, push it away. Inhaling, bring it in. And then exhale, make that little circle, sides of the pinkies, palms together, fingers up, fingers towards your chest, fingers up, forward, and down. Beautiful. Finishing breath, inhaling up. Bring down the hands down the heart center. It's called blood pressure technique. You're going to take your thumbs into your palms, grab those thumbs, and inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, you turn your arms out to the side to get that heart meridian activated. And then inhale, up, up, up. Bring down your heart. Exhale, grab those thumbs. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale out to the side. Inhaling up, up, up. Exhale, bring it down. Last time, grab those thumbs. Breathe in, chest forward. Exhale out to the side. Inhaling up. Finishing breath. Bring it on down. Beautiful. So this next part, I'm going to come up to the front of the room and we'll do a little bit of the hand and finger exercises. What I would advise right now is getting a little sip of water as I check our comments. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you. This is 2,000 subscribers. So this is why we're doing this class today. Again, let me look at the comments here. There's Mare, there's Lemonor. Oh, all right. Thank you all very much. Those are really sweet comments. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all make it worth doing, all right? So from here, can you see my hands? Okay, we're going to do some of the finger exercises. So we're going to take the pad of the finger and you place your other hand down on your leg, and up on that first knuckle, we're going to pull up. So again, these are some of the hand movements we do from the National Arthritis Foundation, but I found that we're doing them in Chair Tai Chi too. So that's kind of cool. Again, how things kind of overlap from one system to the other. And then let's move it to the index finger. So, and again, notice what you notice. Does one feel like super stiff? Range of motion doesn't seem like it should be or not? Is it okay? Is it not? So osteoarthritis. Let's move on to the ring finger. Osteo meaning bone, arth meaning joint, itis meaning inflammation. So, kind of makes sense. Sometimes we get these diagnoses. You're going, oh man, that sounds like really bad osteoarthritis. Well, it's just describing what's going on. Yeah. That makes it a little less intimidating. And let's do the pinky. Here we go. Again, get under the joint and lift, lift, lift. This is great for trigger fingers, that kind of stuff too. Letting our heart rate come down a little bit as we do a little bit less movement, a little bit being more still. Now let's do the thumb. I don't get much on the thumb, but I still feel a stretch going on in there. Yeah, yeah. So let's do the other side. So hand on the leg and do the other one. Just do the index fingers first. And you're going to compare left side versus the right. Does it feel the same? Does it feel different? And, you may have an answer for that. I know I jammed a middle finger when I was doing my Korean martial arts. We do soccer kicks, and I jammed my finger when I did that. Got a little too lively there. Moved on to the middle finger. And it took a bit for that range of motion to get back, yeah? And let's do the other one. Ooh. Notice what you notice or don't notice. Because, I asked y'all to notice something. Well, there's nothing there for me to notice. Well, that's something to notice too, okay? Yeah. And do the pinky. Ooh, I like it. That pinky really stretches on me. And release. Let's do the thumb. I think we did this in our Chair Tai Chi class on Wednesday in Veterans Yoga Project Online. So I teach this class online every other week. So if you're like, ooh, I want to do this some more, then sign up for an account, book a free class. It's free to veterans, families, community members. So basically everybody, right? Everybody knows a veteran, yeah? And release. Go ahead and clap the hands and get some good sensation in here, some circulation. We're going to move on to our hand tapping sequence. So we're going to tap, tap, tap the sides of the pinky. That's for headaches and vertigo. Now, we're not whapping. We're just tapping, okay? Okay, now we're going to do the interwebs of the thumbs. That's for digestive disorders, for nausea. So tap, tap, tap. I let my fingers get a little relaxed there. Excuse me. When we did that big six, I can feel all that sinus drainage happening, yeah? Now switch it. Y'all keep doing that. I'm going to get a little sip of water. Excuse me. Oh, got that throat flutter going on. Okay, so for the inner webs of the fingers, it's for pain or numbness in the limbs. So go in between the fingers and tap, tap, tap. So you normally interlace your hands a certain way. You probably don't know that, but you know, you do. So we're going to pause, wiggle the top finger, and then switch it to being the other finger on top and go back to tapping. And that's probably going to feel weird in your body. You're going, this doesn't feel right. This isn't how I do this. So again, we're creating those new neural pathways by doing things similar but different. Yeah. Pain or numbness in the limbs. This helps lessen that. All right. So next is the wrist, the pulse points, the wrist. So that's for heart cardiovascular issues. And I just tap, tap, tap. You could do it like this. But that squishes my pacemaker. So I just do it up and down. I make modifications to make it feel okay in the body. Yeah. And switch. Now, we did this thing where we did lighthouse, where we had the hands cupped, or we swung the hands. We're going to cup the hands again and cup them on the back of the palm. Now, I'm going to turn mine a little bit because if you have a ring, you don't want that ring to hit the back of the hand. Tap, tap, tap. That's for osteoarthritis and back pain. Now, you could lay it here on the leg and tap, tap, tap. But when I do that, I find that I'm too forceful when I do that. I tap too hard. We're going to move that to the back of the hand for neck and shoulder pain. So back of the hand, I've got my watch here, so it's not quite the back of the hand, but it's close enough. Yeah. Let's go over to the other side. Tap, tap, tap on the back of the hand. Again, I'm curving it because of that ring. And then let's shift it to the back of the wrist again for that neck and shoulder pain. I'm going to move that bracelet. There we go. All right, the next one I really like. I make a little fist and I punch into my palm. I'm a little vigorous on that. So that's for stress, anxiety, improves clarity, consciousness. Here we go. Let's do the other side. You'll notice your strength ability one side versus the other. Here we go. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. You might be noticing some sensation in the hands. Let's bring our hands here at the collarbone and bring the arms out. We'll do that Tai Chi breathing. So we're going to inhale, arms extending out. Exhale, draw that belly button in, draw the arms in. Do that again. Inhaling, belly big. Exhaling. One more time. Inhale, drag it apart. Exhale, bring it in. From here, float the hands down, point the fingers towards the earth. Your fingers might feel heavy here. So it's just like imagining all that excess energy exiting out through the fingers, getting absorbed into the earth. Good. From here, we'll do a little bit of visualization, the healing meditation. So I'm going to scoot back in my chair. Squeaky noises. And get comfortable, okay? Your eyes can be opened. They can be softly closed, maybe looking down at the floor, or the eyes closed. So you choose you. So get comfortable. So here at the crown of the head, imagine there's a little hole at the crown of the head, and we've got a ray of sunshine pouring in from the crown of the head. Imagine this healing light saturating every cell of the body, going through the head, down the neck, the shoulders, the back, the hips, down one leg, then the other, all the way down to the tips of the toes. Breathe in that light. Breathe in that healing. Again, it's saturating every cell, every bone, every ligament, all the layers of the skin. Feel it, breathe it. Imagine you're completely healed. Breathing in and out. And then flutter those eyes open. Come away from the back of the chair. We're going to do one more posture. We're going to kind of check in. So let's do that swimming dragon once again. So we're going to breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push the hands away, turn the head. Notice if it feels any different from the beginning of the class. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale, back to the center. Inhaling right here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Staying here, breathe in. Exhale, back to the center. Let's do 3 finishing breaths. So let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Nice and slow. Let's do that again. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. One more time. Here we go. Breathe in, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring it down. From here, let's shift the hands to our heart center. They can be stacked. They beckon together. We do a little gratitude practice here. So drop your chin in gratitude, just showing up today. Let's think about one thing that we might be grateful for, or maybe an idea of gratitude. Grab it, clasp it. Let's place it into our heart center. Very nice. Thank you all for coming today to celebrate my 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'll try to do things like this, when we hit milestones. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's go ahead and raise our eyes to gaze forward and end our class as we start it. So we're going to do that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon. Let's bow down to one another in respect to end our Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong class. So this concludes our portion of the Chair Tai Chi Ball class. Next is the run through the beginning standing Tai Chi. So let me check my comments here in the live session while we get a drink of water. Yeah. Oops, squeak, squeak. So thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Mare. Thank you, Lenore. Thank you, Celine. Yay. Okay. And thank you all for staying. Again, we're stick around. We're doing Yang style. Yeah. Did y'all get a sip of water? I think you did. All right. So let me type in the chat line now. Yang style is next. If you want to tip your toe into Tai Chi, maybe you don't want to commit to learning 24 forms. Maybe 12 is what you want to do, just to kind of get a little taste. Yeah. This is, this would be that class for you. Thanks, our Beginners Tai Chi. Short form 12. It's a long thing. Short form 12, there's 12 forms. So there you go. So there's the name of it. Okay. So again, it's 12 noon my time. This won't take more than 4 to 7 minutes. Depends how chatty I get. Again, I'm moving that out of the way and I'm checking to see how it is in the camera. So you can see my head. Okay, so I'm going to get one more sip of water. I see a thumbs up there from Joseph. Okay, he says it's okay. Joseph's my quality control person for me. And you know what? I'm going to take off my shoes because I'm here on carpet. So pardon this little break here as we sip our water, get ready, standing up, or just watching and observing. So thank y'all for coming in to see this today, the 2,000 subscribers celebration. So I'm here at the center of the room. So if, since we've been sitting for a little bit, we're going to do a little bit of warm up before we get into the 12 forms. So I'll invite you just to shake. Bend those knees, lubricating those ankles, knees, hips. Turn a little bit side to side. Of course, this is called the Qigong shake. All right, so here at this, where we have the 2 finger widths below the belly button, that's called the Sockman point or acupressure point, the center of the Dantian. We have a corresponding place in the back of the body called the Min Yang. It's called the gate of life. So often we'll do pressure on that area to have more vitality in our bodies. So I'm going to have my feet a little bit wide here. And we're going to do, you've probably seen this where people have been, there's that little toy where you're like doing this side to side. So this is stimulating Our internal organs, again, we're all about that. Yeah, the kidneys, the liver, the spleen, the pancreas. And if this makes you dizzy, you look your head forward instead of turning it side to side. Now, some folks will lift a heel to twist a little bit more to lessen things that might be torquing their knee, okay? Now bring it up a little bit. And then maybe to the chest, whatever you can get there in the upper back, mid back, and get the shoulders if you can. Whatever you can reach, whatever you can do with what you got today. And bring it back down. And then make it slower and slower and slower. And just kind of a little bit side to side. I'm going to turn my toes more towards you and swing the arms. Bend the knees. Again, we're trying to get this a whole body movement. So this is where it's a little different than seated in the chair. Now let's do alternative arms. So I can bring my arms a little higher when I'm alternating them. Alternating? I don't know what it is. Now I'm going to bring it out and across and turning a little bit too. A slower bend in the knees. Excuse me. And then make it slower, slower, and slower. So again, you may be noticing sensation going on here. We're going to practice some of our forms before I turn around. We do the short form. So feet about hip distance apart, soft bend in the knees, tucking that tailbone in, raising the head up, tucking the chin in. So having a nice posture in the body. Our first form that we're going to go through is called center and sink. So we'll inhale, stand up nice and tall, excuse me, and then exhale, bend the knees. Now here's the part of the center and sink. We're going to go up to hip level with our hands. So inhaling up, exhale, drop back, bend the knees. Again, as if you're floating through water. Inhaling up, drop back, exhale, lower. Try to not have those shoulders raise up. Again, inhale, float it up, drop back and down. Again, inhaling up and down. Next is called upward downward. We go up to the shoulder height. So inhaling up to the shoulders, exhale, drop back and down. Let's do that again. Inhaling up, 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 upward. And then downward. One of my arms goes higher than the other. It's really weird. I don't know why. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Next is called inward, outward. So we do this near the end of the form. Inward is here below your formation of your cauldron, your Tai Chi ball, your dantian. So basically the palms are up and you inhale up all the way up to the eyes and then exhale, draw it out, bend the knees, lower. Let's do that again. Inhaling up, exhale out, bend the knees and lower. Let's do that one more time. Inward, outward. Very good. There's a thing that we do in our beginners Tai Chi where we start out in the eagle stance, which means basically toes or beginning stance. There's two names for the same thing. Toes turned out a bit, 30-degree angle somewhat. And some folks can bring their heels in and be totally comfortable. Some folks are going, no, put a little space there. It's either way. We do a lot of shifting in our Tai Chi practice. So one of the things that we do, and we're going to practice this right now, it's part of Tai Chi walking, by the way. We're going to bend the knees, and then let's take a leg out to the side. We're going to step it out, heel, ball, toe, all the weight though is on the other leg. Then you shift your weight over, and you take the leg that you just shifted over, you turn it in, shift your weight back, turn the other foot in, come back to the center. Let's try that again. Go back to the eagle stance. We're going to do the other side. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit apart, and then we're going to lower down and then inhale up. As we exhale, we're shifting the weight over into the other side and then step the other foot out, heel, ball, toe. So all the weight is on the one that's solid. We shift our weight over, take the foot forward, shift your weight back, take the other foot forward, shift your weight back to the center. So that's kind of a main component in our practice today. So let's start the Yang style 12. So a lot of you all that are here right now have done this before. So some of you have not, and that's okay. There's a course on my YouTube channel that you can do to learn this, by the way. Now let me look and see how this is in the camera. Okay. So I'm starting off in eagle stance. And we do a few preparatory up and downs movements before we start the form. The palms are away, so it's to the back of the room. So from here, really tall posture, get it all nice and lined up, inhaling, and then exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, rise, and exhale. Now we're going to start the form on the next one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, shift your weight into the left side, step that right foot out, heel, ball, toe. Shift your weight to the right side. Very good. Now turn the left foot in, shift your weight to the left side. Turn your right foot in, come back to the center. Next is the first form, center and sink. Inhale, up to the hips. Draw it back, exhale, lower. Shift your weight over to the left side, turn that right foot. Bring the right hand on top, left hand underneath. That's forming your Tai Chi ball. Shift your weight to the right side. Now I'm turning my head because I'm going to take that left foot, step it forward for the first bow and arrow. Heel, ball, toe. Now that weight's still in that right side. Now I'm going to turn my Tai Chi ball. As I shift forward to the left side, turn the ball, turn the hip. Now let's shift the weight to the right leg, taking that left foot and turning it parallel. Now shift your weight to the left side, and we're going to do the second bow and arrow. I'm going to turn my foot out and step forward for that second bow and arrow, heel, ball, toe. I kind of overemphasize that. Shift your weight to the right side, split your ball or ward off, hand here in front of your chest, hand by your hip. And we're going to shift back to the left side called pull back. And then press into the palms as you shift forward. And then inhale back towards your chest. And then exhale. Now here's where it gets interesting. We draw it back, we lift the foot, drag it towards us, and we're turning on that heel empty of weight, bringing the hands in a circular movement, weights in that left side, awkward feet, yes? Shift your weight to the right leg, continue that circle. Once it gets about hip or shoulder level, take that left foot, toe ball heel, bring it back in and lower. From here, we're shifting our weight over to the right side, turn that left foot in, step it in. Now we're doing all this on the other side. So inhaling up, exhale, lower. One more, here we go. Inhaling up, exhale, lower, shifting your weight into the right foot. Step that left foot out, heel, ball, toe. Shift your weight over to the left side, turn that right foot in. Shift your weight to the right side, turn that left foot in. Come back to the center. Here we go. Center and sink. Inhaling up to hips. Exhale, lower. Upward, downward, up to the shoulders. Inhaling up. Draw it back. Exhale, lower. Shift your weight into the right foot. Turn that left foot. Left hand on top of the Tai Chi ball. Shift your weight forward. From here, first bow and arrow. I'm going to take my right foot, step it forward. Heel, ball, toe. Now I'm going to shift my weight to the right foot, turn the ball, turn the hips. From here, shift back to the left foot, turn that right foot parallel to the right, and then shift your weight to the right foot. Second bow and arrow, turn the foot out, step it out. Heel, ball, toe. Now shift your weight, ward off or split the ball. Very good. Roll back and then push into the palm. Inhaling back to your chest. Exhale, push. Shift that weight into that right foot. Lift that left heel. Drag it back a little bit and then start turning on the heel, empty of weight. Here we are making that circle. Shift your weight to the left leg. Once it gets about hip level, shoulder level, step the foot back, toe ball heel, come back to the center and lower. Shift your weight over to the left side. Step that right side in. And we'll do center and sink. So inhaling up. Exhale out. actually. And then let's do the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. I think I switched to them at the very end, but that's okay. Thank you all so much. Let's do that right fist and that left palm and bow down to one another. Okay, so this concludes our live class. Look for the video later on because it does make a video where you can practice with it later. Thank y'all so much for coming with me today. Yay! And I appreciate y'all being here today. Thank you so much. And bye, y'all. This was our Chair Tai Chi Ball Qigong and our Yang Style Short Form 12. LOL. Yes. All right. We will see you next time. Bye.